Hello there people, Snowcrash here, and welcome back to the Hypermine server. Thank you for joining me today, and I've got some big things to show you. But before I do, I was over here at the town hall having a look around, and you may remember that a few episodes ago I said Snowcorp is coming to town, and that is entirely true. So if we look around, there's some big businesses and corporations and things like that, and I just wanted to sort of talk about the philosophy over at Snowcorp. We don't just sort of roll into town, no, because big skyscrapers and buildings cost a lot of money. Some years ago, Snowcorp purchased a fast food chain of fried chicken restaurants, and we use this as a soft way to enter the market and sort of test out the local citizens to see if they're, flexible and compliant enough for our other nefarious products. So I've been looking around for somewhere to build a small fast food restaurant, and I found a little location over here in the corner, and I had to put a building permit in because it's very close to the town hall, as you can see, and it looks like my building permit has been approved by LL Property Management. So I am going to be building something there, test out the local market here, make sure it's ripe for the picking, and then Snowcorp's coming to town, and that's going to be a big building. But before we do any of this, I think I need to show you guys what I've been doing, and that's over at the Snowcrash headquarters. So let's head over there and have a look. I'm back at the Snowcrash HQ, and behind me is a Snowcrash and a beacon. And why have I got a beacon? Well, I've been digging, and I needed the haste because I had a lot of digging to do. As you can see, there is a giant hole here. I borrowed the beacon from the town hall, actually. I haven't killed a wither yet. It's a bit scary. I will be killing a wither at some point. I may do it using the bedrock method, or maybe I just armour up and do it the old school way. I'm not sure yet. So yes, I've been digging. Why am I digging a hole when my new base is coming out of the ground, above ground? I needed the materials. I've got to build my base out of something, and the easiest way was just dig a giant hole. We can use this hole for something later, maybe some storage or who knows. But I have put something in it, and there it is down there. So we're going to go and take a quick look at what I've got going on. And you can see over there, actually, animals. There they are, sheep to be exact. And what is it? Well, it's a wool farm. You may have seen it before. Originally done by a guy called Pi, and a link to his channel will be in the description down below. And then Exumavoid took it and enhanced it, and it actually was built on the last Hermitcraft world. Anyway, how it works is it's pretty simple. It uses some fairly advanced techniques of the mob AI, but in a nutshell, the sheep want to pathfind to a higher light level, and they come along here, this way, along here, and they eat the grass, and then they go up, and then they go that way, and they sort of snake their way around like this, eventually getting up to the top, and you'll see them right up there, and then they drop down like that. You come in here with your shears, and you shear away. I don't have a set of shears on me, and there's none left in the dispenser, so let's get some. There's some shears, and let's just swap that out. All right. Yeah, so you come in here and you shear the sheep, and you can just leave a key down or something like that and AFK. The dispensers here in front of me will dispense shears, so you've got to make sure your inventory is completely full. And when your shears break, you'll pick up the new set and just keep shearing. There's hoppers underneath here to recycle the shears. So that's sort of how that works. Now it's raining. That's terrific. Let's just get rid of that. All right. Hopefully that does the job. There we go. And rain, go away. Okay. So that's the wool farm, because I also needed stuff that you don't get out of the ground, and wool was one of it. And I have been here. There's all some nice blocks of white wool. That's about 5 hours worth, I think. So the farm's not too bad. 3,500, 3,000 blocks, every 4 or 5 hours is pretty good. There's about 25 sheep in there, and they just go round and round, and you collect all your wool. Now, there is something else I need to show you, because I need stone. I haven't been using Silk Touch. So how do we turn our cobble into stone? Because I need lots of stone bricks and stairs and slabs and all that sort of thing. Well, we've got something pretty cool on this server, and I must say I'm really impressed with it, because it does a magical job of what I'm about to show you. Whoa, that was a bit close. All right, come over here into the portal, and all right, now we're in the Nether, and this is our blaze farm. And blaze are collected in, it's actually a double blaze spawner. There's one here and one over there. The blaze are collected, they're dropped over here, damaged, and you can get their XP and their blaze rods. But that's the important thing. The blaze rods power a furnace array, and here it is over here. So what you do is you come over, you get all your cobblestone, you put it into here, and look at it getting sucked out like a beast. And it uses some mine carts, collects it. Look at the speed of that thing. It's just phenomenal. So, and look at it all lighting up like that. It's a champion of a contraption, this one. It's pretty straightforward. Hopper mine carts deliver all the fuel and all the smelting items. And blaze rods are a particularly good fuel because they burn for a long time. And that's it. And then, in a moment, we should start to see, here it all comes. So, all your smooth stone, all just coming in. This thing can chunk through thousands and thousands of blocks. As long as you've got the fuel, it'll chunk through thousands and thousands of blocks very quickly indeed. And so that's another little thing I've been doing, is smelting down all that cobblestone to make all the stone brick. So we'll head back to the Snowcrash HQ now, and I'll give you a look at something else. So back over here at the Snowcrash HQ, you can see what I've been doing. Lots of cobblestone stairs and hundreds of cobblestone walls there. Lots of stone bricks. And I've almost finished doing all the stone bricks, and next I'm going to have to do the slabs. And then we're going to be pretty close to having some materials to start making stuff happen. I am going to need a fair bit of quartz, maybe 700 quartz stairs, which is not a huge amount, but I'm going to have to get into the Nether and cause some destruction there. Okay, well, back when things are happening, guys. Well, there you have it, guys. The Snowcrash headquarters. Well, that's a big, big building. It took a fair bit of time as well. And not just that, the materials. The hole I showed you earlier didn't even cover the materials that you see behind me. Absolutely astonishing. In fact, I'm going to show you something. Let's head over here. So I just thought I'd mention that this design was inspired by the Le Mans Cathedral in France. I recently found some old photos from when I'd visited there, and I thought at the time that it would make for a great Minecraft build. Although I've used a fair amount of artistic license, it is sort of almost a 1-to-1 scale. If I head down here, so here's the original hole, and then I had to go and dig this one and this one over here. And what you see here pulled out of the ground just built what's above me. And I haven't even done the interior yet, and I'm completely out of materials. It's absolutely insane. Okay, so I'm back up at ground level here. And as I said, there's a lot of work to be done here in the interior. And up there's rooms and things. It's all going to be awesome. But holy moly, I mean, would you just look at that? That's a lot of stone. I've also got to go and get some quartz. There's still a lot of stairs to go in here for some architraves and detail work. But let me use words like 1,000 furnaces. That's something I'm going to need. That's a lot of cobble. So there's going to be a lot more digging. Oh, and before I forget, I need to send some birthday wishes to a friend of mine in Canada. Happy birthday, Meeks. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. So pretty much the exterior is complete. The external facades and structural parts are all done. And it's turned out really well. I'm really happy with the result. And I think it looks just wonderful here on the Hypermine server. We've obviously got a lot of landscaping and paths to do around here. But all in all, I think it's a real success. As I said, we've got the interior to do. I'm going to try to get all that done next week and give you guys a look at that. We've got our fast food restaurant, we've got the Snow Corporation headquarters, and then we've got the mothership. Oh, there's a lot. I've probably bitten off more than I can chew, but we'll see how we go. For the time being, though, that's all I've got time for today. So, guys, it's been a lot of fun. This has been Snowcrash. I'll catch you later. Cheers.